Well, I love to read, watch movies, and play a few video games. I like some of the classics, like 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea would probably be my favorite, but I also like Sherlock Holmes, The Count of Monte Cristo, those types of books. I like action movies and, again, some of the classics like The Great Escape, Star Wars, I love Star Wars, then the Indiana Jones movies, mostly the older ones, so I wasn't a big fan of the Crystal Skull.
Typically we get up for a school day, we get up about 6:45. Luke needs his stretching done, so that involves about 10 or 15 minutes. Then he is toileted. He's on a bedpan since his spinal fusion surgery. It's more comfortable for him to be on a bedpan. So we do that, and getting him dressed in the winter involves several layers. So we do long underwear, pants, underwear, shirts, undershirts. Then we're able to bring him into the living room. Actually, he needs his shirts done when he's sitting up. So just his lower half is dressed, and then we bring him into his chair to finish dressing.
I'm in grade 9. I go to Riverside High School. So far my favorite classes have been business and science, but I also enjoy English.
We were first introduced to Easter seals when Luke was quite younger. We needed a lift for a wheelchair accessible van. We managed to secure the van, but that pretty well strapped us. We were tapped right out at that point, and lifts are expensive.
We were really struggling with Luke, and he was becoming bigger. He no longer could be carried into a vehicle, so he did need to use his wheelchair.
We called Easter Seals, and immediately they rose to the challenge. They helped us secure the lift, and that opened up the whole world to Luke. From there we could get to the doctors. He can get out to the movies with his friends. He can visit grandma, grandpa. But without a wheelchair accessible van with a functional lift, he's basically housebound.
It's really, really made everything so much smoother, because if I need to go somewhere, other people, you can take any bus or take any taxi, but we'd have to get a specialized one or wait for a specialized one that would have a lift. And obviously not many do, so we have to take a van or wait an hour or an hour and a half for a bus or taxi that does actually have a lift. So it's allowed me to go to pretty much anywhere else.
We are able to bring Luke anywhere with us. Without the lift for the van, that's just impossible to go anywhere, especially going out of town. As you might know, he has to visit London at least once a year to see a team of doctors, and that would be completely impossible outside of borrowing a vehicle with a proper lift.
This room right here would be Luke's world if we didn't have a wheelchair accessible van, and Easter Seals made that happen for us.
Well, I believe we're looking into getting a lift so that it's easier to get me into different positions around the house, in and out of my bed, stuff like that, because if we don't actually have a lift, it's my parents who have to carry me, and that's no simple task, apparently.
We got an email from a lady the other day suggesting a special air mattress for Luke. Unfortunately, they're roughly $6,000. Now, on an average night, we're up 8-9 times a night tending to Luke or more, but we're told with these mattresses he'll get a much sounder sleep. We need the rest, but $6,000 is a big stretch for us. So we may be contacting them for that. We also have no lifts in the house. Everything is done manually. Mom and Dad don't mind that, but it's hard finding people to help care for Luke. So we need a lift so people can come alongside and watch Luke and help care for him. Other things are we're going to be looking at a hospital bed to tend to Luke, And the list goes on and on, but those are some of the big ones right off the top of my head. So, hooray, Easter seals.